fellas night out. Podcast coming soon, but Raider Nation Jason podcast is here. We got a special guest today. Bam. Raider Twuan.
What's good?
Oh man, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but let's get the intro out the way. Let's go. And we in here. Whew, Raider Twuan. the brown cracker. Let's go. All right. So here we are. Raider Nation, midweek. Not midweek, mid-season, excuse me. So let's do a little mid-season review. So we're going to talk about, of course, we've already discussed in full spectrum what we've done wrong so far. You know, because there's been a lot of it. We're going to talk about some strengths. Surprisingly, we've had some. And we're going to talk about who's been balling. So, analyzing our team's performance so far, let's give our grade, shall we?
Let's get it.
I only see two letters so far, you know, and they're on the latter part of the scale. I'm saying I want to give them a pass and say D. In fact, you know what? I will give a D. Because I'm gonna say injuries, you know, played a big part in that too. So I'm gonna give them that grace. You know what I mean? Because I really honestly don't really blame the players. There's really not that. There's a few players I blame, you know, but as a team, you know, it's defense has been playing their butts off, playing double time because we can't keep them off the field. Our offense, you know, could be better, we know. And injuries has depleted us there too. Trades have depleted us there too, big time. But yeah, I'm gonna say D plus. D plus. We'll say D plus. We'll go D plus.
I'm not gonna, I'm not even gonna go. I hate to say that I agree with you because I was playing that in my head, that same grade, and I'll tell you how I got to that grade, just to even make it reason why I'm saying I agree with it, right? So for me, this is how I grade every year, and this is how I graded last year. Okay, so in football, people always indicate football as having two sides of the ball. People always want to talk about offense and defense, which is important. But in football, people fail to forget that there's three sides of football. And those three sides are offense, defense, and special teams. Okay, so an A would be well, I'll just say 99% would be if all three sides were playing well. But that's not the case for us. Special teams is doing good. Carlson and AJ Cole are doing their thug thizzle. Okay. So I give that an A. Defense. I also give them an A. Now I'm not saying I'm not giving an A minus or anything like that. I'm just giving A, B. Okay. I give them an A. Because I think, real honestly, I think our defense has been playing well. I think a lot of the situations that we run into in regards to the defense to cape for our defense is because the offense is playing so bad that they get, a lot of times the defense has to are put in short field situations, and that ain't helping any defense. You can put the Baltimore 2000 defense. You can put the Bears, I think it was like 85 defense out there, and they would have issues if they had this offense. So with two sides of the ball having an A, that's 33% plus another 33%. And what is that? 66, which equates a D.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing, and I'll say this offensively, we do have a flash there, and I'm using that word correctly. We have a flash there, and that's at our tight end, because we don't know what Brock Bowers is going to be long term. We know he looks good now. He's trending towards, okay, he can be that Kittle-ish, that Kelsey-ish, for years to come. But again, he's a rookie. So let's put that in perspective. So is that enough to push them into that C minus? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So it would be a D plus. And that's how I got the grade. I'm not like, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, he's just copying, my brother over here. Like, nah. That's how I grade every year. I graded us last year the same way, because I felt, offensively, I felt special teams and defense were there, but our offense struggled. So that still came to 66%. And then you can, if you want to add on a little bit from the offensive side to see if that's going to push you over to C, you can do that. But I think at this point, it definitely is a D plus.
Yeah. So with
the help of Brock Bowers.
Yeah, definitely. And like we said, this is just, like you said about the team. This is the team's performance so far. Go ahead.
No, and I'll say this too. I don't want nobody to think that I'm hating on the wide receivers either. I don't think there's really nothing wrong with the wide receivers. And I think the reason why there's not much we can really say about the wide receivers at this point is because the quarterback can't deliver them the ball to let them show what they can really do. We know we kind of know what Tucker and DJ brings to the table, but they can't show that because of how bad the quarterback play is. So I can't even get bad on our wide receivers. I think our wide receiver group is not as, it is not as bad as people want to put it, but it still ultimately is a D plus.
Yeah, for what we got at the wide receiver position, I feel like we need to change our philosophy of how we, because we need to kind of get with the bigger receivers, finding speed or just good route runners, period. It does, but just bigger players, because that helps the quarterback out too. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a bigger target to hit, and it gives you a, like, it gives you it gives the quarterback a big target to hit, and it's hard,
Uh,
because it's hard, the smaller receivers, yeah, they're cool, like for what they are, you know what I mean? But they're not going to turn into Antonio, Brown, or Randy, you know what I'm saying? These aren't going to be game changers. We hope they can, you know what I mean, in spots where we need them to, but they're not. We could upgrade and all across the board. Like
always.
even as I don't like accepting I like Jacoby and everything like that. It's not nothing against him. But I'm saying I don't want him to be my number one. You know what I'm saying? Like I want him, I would love for him to be the number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like because we need
Mm.
to always upgrade. Let's not be okay with Jacoby Myers being the number 1 and then trying to build around that. I mean, yeah, Jacoby's cool, but I mean, how many times has he disappeared in you know what I'm saying, in games? We need somebody, a playmaker, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that that Jacoby compliments, you know what I'm saying? And just like Trey Tucker's cool, but we need someone that's effective on every play, not just on these, try to break, you know what I'm saying, break something deep. We need consistency. We don't need a spotty, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver group. I mean, we could say the same about our running backs. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They did the best they could. Like I said, I don't blame, it's not their fault that we didn't do the right things in the right places to, you know what I'm saying? Like we're a young team. So it's like, but there has to be patience with the young team. So I feel like, yes, let's develop our guys, but let's get some veterans in the places that we need, stability. We have a young quarterback that just broke his thumb, you know what I'm saying? That maybe with a better line, we could have kept him protected long enough. Minshew just coughs the ball up just itself. He doesn't even need help. So it's for us, we tried. So this last 2 or 3 years, we've tried to live the fantasy, right? Of accepting what Raider Nation has brought into us because we're Raider Nation and we love our team, and we let a lot of stuff go just for the love of our team. And the McDaniels thing, like bringing in different things. No one liked it, the Jimmy G thing. There was stuff that we were, were kind of like shaking our head about, but we were just like, okay, man, I'm gonna just trust. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna trust in this franchise and what we do, and we know damn well better. You know what I'm saying? Like we called it out before it even took place that it wasn't gonna, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't gonna be. And a lot of the moves, man, like we should have secured. We drafted young at the line, but let's get a veteran, because that's what we should do. Get veterans and then develop those guys slowly. Let them come in. But we need dogs, man. We need people that are ready right now. And that's what we spend most of our season doing, is getting guys adjusted. And by that time, we're 2-6, right where we are.
The wide receiver situation is a sticky situation, and I'll explain it in this way. I don't blame our wide receivers right now because they had to make a huge adjustment, and a lot of people are not realizing this. The coverages when Davante Adams is on the field versus the coverages when he's not on the field are completely the opposite. You have a situation where most defenses, when Davante Adams is out there, they're scheming their coverage, their pass coverage, to box in Davante. So that means in most cases, a box in will usually be 2, maybe 3 people that will have at one point have an eye on one player. When you have that draw from one player, that's when Trey Tucker can run wild. That's when Jacoby Myers can be on the opposite side with one-on-one coverage. That's when DJ Turner can take a quick pitch to the outside to the house on the other side. And it's because of what Davante Adams brought to the table, whether he was getting the ball or not. Now they're in a situation where teams are playing them more traditional,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not getting those one-on-ones for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like our D line.
Mm-hmm.
Our D line with Max Crosby, in most cases, the offensive line, they shift most of their stuff to Max Crosby, and the person on the opposite side has a one-on-one. It's almost the same thing with the wide receivers. So I can't blame them for for it being the way that it was, that it is. Now, can I hope that they can get out of that and Jacoby Myers really be that number one for us? I think he played well this week. I'll just say that for the record. But there's an issue that they definitely have to address in the next year, because you have to, in order for, if you want these guys to have success, we can't just roll out there with Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker and expect, we're gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get another number one wide receiver.
2 if we can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just saying, just somebody to just, and we can, of course, it would be great to get more, but I'm just saying, to get the bare minimum back again. Yeah. We got to get another number one wide receiver to replace, well, not replace DA, but just to have that effect on opposing defenses. Right now, opposing defenses are not scared of anybody. Mm-hmm. In our wide receiver room, whether it's because of who they are at wide receiver or who's throwing them the ball. Because if I'm a safety, I'm not even, please throw it over my head, because I know you're not. and that's the game that we're playing. That's another reason why, and I'm not saying our running game is the best either, but that's another reason why our running game is very subpar, because when you got the opposing defense got 8 or 9 in the box, how many yards you think you're gonna get?
Yeah,
and that's the and I can say that even with the Chiefs game, there was a lot of plays where we ran the ball, and I'm looking at the box, and I'm like, there's 8 or 9 in this box. Why are we not audible? Why are we not checking out of that?
Exactly.
Why? And even if it's not a check out, like, and I get that too. Some offenses, there's no, check out. You know what I'm saying? It's just run the play, right? Mm-hmm. If that's what we're doing, if that's a bad play, I don't care. Burn a timeout. Get out of it in some way, because that ain't God, that ain't helping it at all. So there's a lot of facets to it, but back to the wide receiver thing, I can't blame them. They came in thinking that DA was going to, be there. They was Jacoby Myers, okay, I'm about to beat these number ones, these one-on-ones on the other side. Trey Tucker said, hey, every once in a while they'll hit me over the top, with a deep ball, because I got the speed to, stretch the field, and that ain't happening. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the group we got, but when Trey Tucker is your number 2 receiver, not a good thing. You know what I mean? But they need to be, they're complementary players, like you said. And it's it's rough. So like we said, we talked about them. We talked about dig into Minshew. But yeah, Minshew, so I don't I blame him, but at the same time, I blame whoever, I'm not going to say Pierce, but whoever the hell it was that said that Minshew was going to give us the best chance and he's the most mobile. Because think, like, for being the most mobile, he's got sacked so many times, and I know he has less sacks than AOC had. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Like, and well, I was gonna say, and his turnovers.
Mm.
That's one of the most critical things because he had a turnover every time it was just almost a guarantee. You know, if it was 0.5 turnovers, you could always bet the over. You're always gonna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's so the difference in this season, believe it or not, for us, because we don't know what was on the other side of his turnovers, like the fumbles, the picks, like the Zamir White. We throw him in this too because he had, there was some key ones where we were
Mm.
driving, and that could have been the difference right there in us being 2-6 and being 6-2. You know what I'm saying? Because that's easily 4 wins that could have been and the fumbles just took the wins out of the sails. Because I remember at least 4 games straight that we had a crucial turnover in a crucial wrong time. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that hurt us. And it sucks because it put the defense back on the field after they gave us the ball back a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's what more can we ask from them? They've done their job. And I don't know if it's play calling, if it's just, is it Pierce? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like what happened? I mean, I don't hear him shouting Raiders. I don't, it's like it's all gone. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they really know the truth. You know what I mean? To be honest, I feel like they know what it is. So instead of not doing the right thing like we've been failing to do for these last few years, they're getting with the program. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting with the program.
Antonio Pierce can't scream Raiders because remember the screaming of Raiders is when they won.
I
They
mean,
haven't been winning.
it's a lifestyle. It ain't just when we win. Because I mean,
No, but I'm just saying
we should,
that was when they would be in the locker room and Ray, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
so that's when he does that. That's when they had the cigars and whatever, right? And some people don't like that or whatever. I really don't care. But there's more than one issue with this team.
Yeah.
And that's why it creates, and I'll say this as a content creator, it creates some good content. Because now you got all these different perspectives on what you feel is going wrong with the team. Now, some have gone way off the, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even know where you got that from. If you've been doing your job and that's, listening to these press conferences and watching the games and like, I don't even know how you got to what you got to, but for some people, I'm not talking about you specifically.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But it's just like, come on now, like,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of issues with this team, and there's some things that they definitely have to figure out. And it won't be this season, unfortunately. It won't be this season.
Yeah. Yep. And I think, because it's funny how the talk went from confident, like with Antonio Pierce, you know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, he was confident, and then like you could just see the change of like, hey, and then it's funny, he even said it. He's we're just not that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of like,
Mhm.
they know what it is.
And it's just and I don't knock Antonio Pierce for that. Coach Antonio Pierce for that, because I've been, and I think I should put this on a Raider Twuan shirt, okay? And I'm saying it's for the record. I've been saying the same sentiments in regards to Antonio Pierce. Is Antonio Pierce is a coach, but he's also a Raider. You know what I'm saying? He's a fan. He's a Raider fan. He's a Raider. And because he's that, he's going to always come in the season like we did, being optimistic and, I think we got a chance. I think we we can knock on Mahomes' door and kick the door open. You know what I'm saying? He was saying all that stuff in the beginning because guess what? As a Raider fan, we all did it. I did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw anybody else under the bus. I'll throw myself under. I did it. But there's a point when you come to realization, like Antonio Pierce did, and say, hey, this ain't the things that I was optimistic about, ain't there. And I've said this I said this on my brother's channel, and I'm gonna say it here too, because it's the truth. All the things that we question, all the things we worried about going into the season are the same things we have issues with.
Except for Jacorian Bennett. That was the only thing that kind of did work out.
Yes. There was that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. So
some people were, high on him, but I for me, I was like, he's a rookie. He came off an injury. He got to show it, and I think he's there. The only thing that I nitpick on Jacorian Bennett, and I'm saying nitpick as in like, he's doing good, but I really would like to see this out of him. Is I would like for him to get some more hands on the ball.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that in the sense of getting the interceptions.
Oh, you're talking about getting
because he's there. He's there to make a play on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As he's good with playing hand combat, but if you're there, hey, go ahead and get you one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the step up or the evolution of where Jacorian Bennett needs to go to really be that guy. But I like what I see from him.
Yeah, because that's what beat the Chiefs. The pick sixes, fumble sixes. That's what beat the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing that, because see, this is the thing. Knowing that your offense is just to be continued, you have to. Sorry, excuse me. You have to make the adjustment to when you get that ball. Because did you see how hard Nate Hobbs ran when he got that pick? He had cartoon feet trying to get to the end zone because he knew. You know what I mean? That's the difference in winning games. And it's like that's what we can't. We did good last year, creating turnovers, getting to the ball. You know what I mean? And it was like, this year, it's just, I don't like that we're playing so far, and you know what I'm saying, like so giving so much cushion and
and I'll say this, and I'll say that Nate Hobbs had some motivation. You know what motivation he had? He knew that if he didn't score, the offense wasn't.
I was gonna say, thank you for reminding me too. So we talk about that, about turnovers and or deep passes and all this kind of stuff. We were right there on the damn goal line and couldn't get in for the life of us. We did everything but go in. You know what I'm saying? We went around it, we went behind, we went, you know what I'm saying? It's there's just we're just not that good. Like so Andre James has to go. We're gonna talk about the goods, the pop.
Who's that?
Man, I haven't seen him in weeks.
I know we have I know we have a center named Andre -3000.
Man, he's got to go, bro. Like, I appreciate him. Like, he's been a gamer for us. He's been loyal, but God, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go, bro. Like,
why I call him Andre -3000, right? Because he gives up -300 yards,
man,
because he's always going backwards.
Yeah. Oh,
so that's where the -3000 comes from.
Yeah, it's like that's where the push starts. You know what I'm saying? So that's wonder why we can't run, why Minshew's always running out the same damn side. You know what I mean? It's just they chase him off the spot, and that's all they got to do.
And I agree with you. That's where everything starts. Run and pass. The greatest quarterback that has ever played the game of football has said, and that's Tom Brady, another Raider. Tom Brady, another Raider, has said the worst thing that you can do, or the worst thing for a quarterback, is to have someone right in his face. And who's right in his face? The center. So if the center is allowing that person, whoever it is, right in the quarterback's face, you might as well just call it a day for whatever quarterback that is.
Yeah. Especially for a pocket passer. Oh, it's over. You got to get out of there.
And that goes to Minshew. Like, because I know you were talking about Minshew, you know, him being a mobile quarterback, right? So that issue is he does have mobility.
Allegedly.
But it goes to this.
Yeah.
He has the most mobility out of our quarterbacks.
True.
And that's why people talk about, oh, he's mobile. Because O'Connell, he kind of showed a little bit this year. Like there was one that he actually he got out there and he actually threw one to the, you know, threw one for a touchdown. And I was like, okay, you put it on film. But we know that he's not the most mobile. You know what I'm saying? But Minshew, again, is not. He ain't no Lamar. He's no Cam Newton.
Yeah.
He's no Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's what it is with Minshew.
And do you notice that that's the league? Like there is no more sitting in the pocket. These DTs are getting after people. You know what I'm saying? So so and you notice the draft, the top 3 guys, all mobile, all able to get it's. You see how the game is changing. You know what I'm saying?
But that's again, like you said, the game is changing. It's not necessarily oh that's my style. Now if you I'll say it like this. If Shador, you know, and I'm saying Shador for a reason. If Shador came out 10 years ago, I think Shador would be considered a pocket guy. Right? But because like you said, times have changed, he's also had to be a little more mobile, and you're starting to see that he's showcasing his legs a little more than he would normally. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he likes to sit in the pocket and deliver it,
but he knows when to get out of there.
Yeah, he's showing that because that's where the game is going. So yeah, that goes exactly to what you're saying, and that's you know, unfortunately, we're stuck with Minshew. And I'll say this. In the passing game, and this is what I saw on film, the thing that we love about Minshew is the thing that we hate about his passing. And that's his feet. We love that we love that he has some type of mobility. But in delivering passes, his feet cannot be moving. Because if you go back and look at all his interceptions and all his really bad passes, watch his feet. And that's the big issue. Is, like I said, the same thing we love about Minshew is the same thing we hate about Minshew. When you really break it down. So and like I said last week, you know, the reason why Minshew is a starter is strictly by default. We brought in a quarter. We brought in Ritter, who's still trying to learn the playbook. He ain't ready. Aiden O'Connell is hurt. He ain't ready. Right? And then obviously they don't feel confident about Carter Bradley. He ain't ready. So who else are we going to have play quarterback? Jacoby Myers needs to be a wide receiver instead of a quarterback.
This guy. Put me in, man. I got this.
I'm just saying, like, as much as I hate to say it, he's all we got.
Put me in the game. I got this.
You know what I'm saying? Now I hope Ritter now in his second week, I hope he got enough of this playbook to try to do something. Because at this point, anything's better than Minshew.
Speaking of that,
in my opinion,
yeah,
our best quarterback is hurt.
Yeah. Do we get Bradley out there? Is it? I mean, hey, you know how everyone's saying fire Getsy? No, keep Getsy. We want the best damn draft spot possible. And see, the thing is, it's our fault we didn't get Stroud. Yeah, I'll tell you why. You want to hear? Let me give you. The nation wanted McDaniels gone, right? Right. McDaniels had us on pace for, and we said, get rid of McDaniels. Get rid of McDaniels. We should have got rid of him after the season. We would have had Stroud by now. It would, who knows what it would have been. But see, it's our fault. We called for this. So now, that's why I said we need to just stop and then let them get us a QB. You know what I'm saying? Like it just has to happen. You know, it sucks, but our chances for winning, we had our chances. And we are where we are, injuries, everything. We're not getting any better on that line anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? So it's and that's why I say I don't blame the players. I blame the people that were okay with this roster going into the season. Because like you said, we all do the things that we worried about before we entered the season were the same damn things that hit us. You know, so but the only thing we did do that was good, we got Brock Bowers. We got a staple for the future. And it's crazy because remember we were saying, oh, we don't need a tight end. And then look, we definitely needed a tight end. You know what I'm saying? And then we got rid of Devontae to the Jets. They picked up the bill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a win. We got a third cool for somebody that went to the same record. You know what I'm saying? So that's a win. You know what I mean? So there were some minor wins, you know, but yeah, the thing is, man, entering this season, we had Aiden, we had Minshew, and it was just the timing of just kind of them making that decision was crazy because I'm pretty sure that shocked Devontae too, because you've been working with AOC, trying to get the timing with him, trying to build a rapport, all this kind of stuff, and then now you got Minshew. And now if it had worked out, then it would have been a different story. We wouldn't even be talking about this. But it's like Minshew as your number one, and then you go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets knocked out, and it's so you bench the guy and then have to go back to him because, like you said, that's all we have. You know what I mean? We could try to get Carter Bradley in, but then people would know, you know what I'm saying, that it's on. But you know, they're gonna try to pull out games or whatever because I'm so sick of the scripted plays being the only thing we can get, and then after that we're just hoping and wishing. And if the defense don't get us the ball back, and even if they do get us the ball back, we don't execute. So we could blame Getsy, but I mean, like I said, Getsy has to stay because we have to finish this. You know what I mean? And he will be probably the fall dude. He's going to be the one they're going to blame, and they're going to get somebody else. We'll have a new quarterback if it continues. Because see, the Bengals game is a winnable game, but we cannot turn. See, the thing, every game is a winnable game, but we cannot turn the damn ball over, man. That's what we cannot afford to do, and it just sucks that we've done it every game. You know.
the Raiders are KFC, and if you ever had KFC, one of the best desserts that they have is they apple turnover, and we got a whole lot of those for the opposing teams. A whole lot of turnovers. Turnovers for sale.
Bakery. Yeah.
Okay. And that's what it is. That's my Raider gospel. All right. Turnovers and turnovers. Okay. And it's not just coming from the quarterback. Because we've seen the circus with every running back besides Madison.
Yeah.
Knock on
wood. I
wood.
was gonna say so far.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood if you with me.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And so I blame, I blame on whoever, because I'm saying, like, we say that Pierce doesn't do the offense, whatever, whoever the hell's calling the plays and swapping. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier, but it kind of ties in because all this swapping quarterbacks in and out, man, like it kills the timing, bro. Putting Lobby in, it just, what I'm saying, like put the durable players in, like stop trying to be cute. And it's when it's ugly as hell, what I'm saying, like it's not the time to be cute. It's an ugly game. Get ugly, what I'm saying? Stop trying to make everything when it just looks like dog shit. Like, what I'm saying? Like it's disappointing just I don't know, because a lot of it is the line. It's like if we had a line, it would change everything. But we're developing, like every year, we're developing a line. We got different left tackle different right tackle every year, and it's the consistent pieces we have. What's Colt Miller's not Colt Miller. You know what I mean?
The positive in regards to our O-line is that everybody on that O-line is ours. And when I say ours, I'm saying we drafted them. Mm-hmm. Besides Meredith.
Yeah.
But Meredith's young. Mm-hmm. It's not a situation where we brought in bars and brought in, what I'm saying, paid for this guy and paid for this guy, knowing that they, the guys that we got here are under contract for a while. Mm-hmm. We can get rid of James, of course.
Yeah. It's Zamir too. I'm sorry, but Zamir's gotta go.
I think he should stay until his year is up. Then we'll talk.
I wish we could have put him in the deal with Devontae just for free, like, and just said, "Hey, you just take that for future. Hook us up next time."
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the issue with this team: is everybody wants everybody gone.
Yeah. No, just him. Just him.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it as an umbrella.
Oh, and Andre James too. Andre James too.
Well,
no. I take that back. I don't want him to go. I just wanted him not at center. So I take that back.
He's gonna have to go, and the reason why he's gonna have to go is because we're paying a lot of money for him to stink it up. Mm-hmm. That's why he's got to go. But all these guys that we have under rookie contracts that you guys want to, we don't have a deep roster.
Yeah.
Well, so if you're telling me that somewhere down the road, Zamir White can be our fourth running back, he can be our Dylan Lowby of the roster, I'm taking that. Especially if he's under cheap labor, which is what I call the rookie contracts. We got to stack this team. We got to stack stack on top of stack. We the even when the rooms that we felt were help my words. The rooms that we thought were solid are not solid anymore because of injury and everything else. Why? Because there's not that much depth as we thought. So stack this team. Like everybody under a contract, guess what? You get to stay here for 4 years. Unless you do something crazy off the field, or you know what I'm saying, unless somebody's really throwing some picks at us to get you, and we were really trying to get you out of here anyway. Like those situations, yeah, go ahead and make that deal. Like the Neil Farrell, when we got rid of Neil Farrell, I really didn't, I really didn't know why we got rid of Neil Farrell.
I didn't like that either.
If they felt like, hey, he ain't working for us, but at least we can get a 6th or 7th out of him. Okay, go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, Zamir White, you know what I'm saying? Parham, whoever you want to throw in that got that rookie contract on him. Tyree Wilson, you want to talk bad about him? Like, nah, he stays here until that rookie contract is over, and then we can talk to him if we want to after. Hey, after that 4th or 5th year, because I think we have a choice to give Tyree that 5th year option. After that 4th or 5th year, then we'll talk about, hey, we feel like giving you, $4 million. Take it or leave it. And that's what you do. These guys that ain't playing well, if Zamir don't find the hole and do better at running back, okay, Zamir, your contract's up, your rookie contract's up. What we got on the table for you is $2 million. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? And then they can make their decision from there. But I'm not just letting people bounce because we don't got.
Well, I got a. Yeah. No. Go ahead. I was saying I got a solution. I got a solution to
okay.
It, you know what I'm saying?
We don't got that type of play to move and not get anything in return. You know what I'm saying? We can't just let people that we drafted walk. We got to try to get as much as we can get out of them, or give them those 4 years per se to get it right. Because not everybody coming out of college comes out the wrapper brand new and is balling. As much as we gave Arden Key the business, look at what Arden Key is doing. He's finally getting it. And what year is he in? You know what I'm saying? Like it happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? And we give up, as fans, we get frustrated. And we have the tendency to just give up on guys. And I'm just, again, if they're rookie contracts, I'm not giving up on them. Let's play it out.
Yeah. See, remember how we got Waller through the practice squad of Baltimore? So that's how I would be doing, since it's like, that's why I give them no excuse for not making our team better, because they're choosing to rock with what we got. And they waited till Devontae was gone to bring in another wide receiver, which we should have already did. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some extra depth. And we got people, we should be combing these deep ass teams and finding talent that's better than the guys we got in places. Get them out of here. We can add them to our roster and instantly make our team better. And it's just in certain places. It's just like, I know we don't like James. We don't like Andre James. So I know there's somebody out there that's a little bit better, that, you know what I mean? Like it, but we're choosing. Not I say we, but yeah,
he's already on the team.
Yeah, but how can you get better when you don't make changes, when you stick with what you got? Like I can't take a handful of dirt and make it a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's just not possible. So you know what I'm saying? We have because as I'm never content with my team because I feel we can always get better, always get better. Yeah, we got Devontae. Cool. Let's find somebody that's better than Devontae. Let's, always set the bar higher than what you got.
Mhm.
We're okay with Jacoby because that's what I'm saying. That was the talk. Well, if we got rid of Devontae, Jacoby Myers could be a one on any team. Yeah, like the Browns, there's certain teams that he would be, yeah, probably a threat. You know what I mean? If he went over there now, he'd probably be the number one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because all he got is like Jerry Judy and a couple, you know what I mean? But but on our team for what we're trying to do, we need more. You know what I'm saying? When we got Brock Bowers, everyone was like, "Oh, we don't need another tight end. We got Mayer. We got a number." And then Mayer's been out all, you know what I mean, for the whole damn season. You know what I'm saying? So we always need to stack talent. You never hear a team say, "Damn, we got too many good ass players." No, it's always a race. We're trying to get to beat the Kansas City Chiefs that have made the Super Bowl. They've beat the team that had the Niners had the one of the best defenses out there. They make them look like child's play. And we play the Chiefs better than they do. You know what I'm saying? And with just a couple tweaks here and there, adding little things here and there, we can finish them off instead of getting with them, getting up, and then just melting away. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at center, let's upgrade. That's why I say Zamir. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably an emotional thought because he probably could be a third. You know what I'm saying? Third back. But I like a different type of back for our squad. I like a more mobile, more like Josh, what Josh was like Shady McCoy, like that. That's
Mhm.
what I want for our team. You know what I mean? I want just ridiculous playmaker. Like look at what Atlanta did. Everybody questioned them when they got what's his name? Bijan Robinson.
Robinson.
And he was doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you need playmakers. You can't just have Devontae Adams as your only true playmaker. You know what I'm saying? And then just expect everybody to play up. You need to get these players. Everybody else is drafting right. Everyone else is drafting, but we miss. We get the guys that are injured, but could have upside. But then, you know what I'm saying? They don't do it. We need people that are ready now. Our first four picks have to be starters. You know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
borderline or great ass depth. You know what I'm saying? But the first four have to be starters. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna ever change what we got going. Now, this next topic is gonna definitely be short. Playoff outlook. So I hear, there's people still screaming playoffs. No, no offense to you guys, but I try to live in reality, man. Like, unless we peel off 8 straight, you know, it's looking a little grim, but we went on runs. We went on that run, but we started the season stronger, and we were able to, last time we made the playoffs, we started 3-0. We got to start better because we're always chasing every team. Okay, we're last in our division right now. Just that's one thing. You got the Broncos doing better than us. So playoff chances for us, we kind of blew it. We had a chance. There was a fighting chance in the beginning. We lost some close opportunities. We turned the damn apple turnovers. So, I of course want this team to make it. But I mean, if we make it, who are we going to beat? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is like Twine, you said it earlier. Minshew is what we got. Unless Bradley is Tom Brady in the making. You know what I'm saying? Like we are who we are, man. And as soon as we accept that and we stop saying fire Getsy, because Getsy's gonna lead us to what we've been asking for. We've been asking for a quarterback, right? We don't want a mid-pack because that's what we've been. Derek Carr got us mid-pack every season because we were just on the cusp. You know what I'm saying? So it's us getting a quarterback out of it. I mean, yeah, the season sucks, and it feels like we've been doing this losing thing for so long but this might just be the last losing season, because I mean, it's gonna give a fresh breath of spark when we have a new quarterback, right? We get a new quarterback. You know how it goes. We got 3 years to pretty much see if he's, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a while. We're gonna be like, oh, we gotta, and everybody's got a quarterback now. Carolina's still trying to figure it out and everything, but for the most part, we're the last ones to actually take that step in getting a future quarterback. And it just happens that we're not that good this year, and it's gonna land right in our lap because there's not many games I see us really winning. You know what I mean? Really with confidence. Because I can say, oh yeah, we're gonna win them all, but there's we might get smacked by everybody in our division again. You know what I mean? Who would you say we have a chance against in our division?
Talking about this year?
Yeah, for the rest of this year. Of course, with what we have, you know what I mean? With the players we have going forward, unless something drastically changes. But maybe the Broncos. I'll say maybe the Broncos. That's sad. We gotta say maybe the Broncos.
I want to say the Broncos.
Yeah.
And no, I changed that.
I
say the Chiefs.
I
mean, no,
like
the Chargers. The Chargers.
Okay.
And the reason why is because the Chargers, they're not scoring a lot of points. And the Broncos defense is actually better than the Chargers defense. So I would have to say Chargers. But on that same side, or that on the opposing note, is I said with the Chargers in the beginning of the season that the first time we played them was actually when we should have got them. Because with Harbaugh being there, by the time we play them again, they should all know what they're doing. I forget what week we're playing them, but if it's like week 12 or something like that, or
it's the last game.
Okay, so yeah, at the end of the season, they should know the Harbaugh system.
Yeah.
We had a chance to play them, and they were still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
So playing a team that knows what they're doing. Now we don't know, this is, and we're talking about not, injuries, saying, because we don't know what kind of injuries they'll have at the end of the year. We don't know what injuries we'll have by the end of the year. But, based on paper, they should be knowing what's cooking with Harbaugh by then. So that means you have a team that knows the system, and I still think that we might have a chance.
Yeah.
Because and let's be real, what game? I think there was only one game where it was just a clear, we ain't winning this one. But all the other games, we were in it.
Yeah, you were close. We were driving every time, and what killed me was on first down, on second down, fumbling, first down, throwing picks, fumbling, first. You know what I mean? That's crazy because you got 3 other downs to play with at worst case. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're coughing the ball up on first down, and imagine what the defense feels. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even get to sit down. Nobody even get no Gatorade, no nothing. So. Yeah, so it's gonna be rough. Like the Bengals, that's winnable, but like I said, we gotta do everything right, But as far as us being a threat, our quarterback situation is never gonna change. So as long as the other quarterback is better than ours, they have the opportunity to, put their team in position. Eventually, the defense has been holding teams, and we just can't get it going. We can have the ball 3 drives in a row and still not get no points. So. Shout out to our punter.
Our punter and kicker better make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. First team. So we got the Bengals coming up. rematch from that our last playoff stint, short stint. But they got Joe Burrows, they got Jamar Chase, they Zach Moss. Their team, I'm not sure how good their defense is, whatever, too. So I mean, I think that's where we maybe can, last. But like I said, if we turn the ball over, it means nothing.
Yeah.
So how do you feel going into this one?
I've said this about this team, and I really do mean it. I feel like every week is a chance. And when we learn not to beat up ourselves, then we'll actually beat some teams. I'll say it again. If we learn how to not beat ourselves, we'll end up beating teams.
Yeah. We can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Except ourselves. Coaching adjustments. Evaluating any changes in coaching strategies or personnel adjustments made during the season, right? We don't adjust well in the second half at all. Other teams figure us out, and then they just stomp us out in the second half. And it's when they have the ball at halftime, it seems like they always find a way to score before halftime and then double up and then get the ball and then score. We cannot stop anybody after halftime. Most of our losses, that's when they put their foot on our neck. You know what I mean? By the time we do one drive well, and then we kind of run, short pass, punt, penalty, run, fumble, possible interception. It's just crazy. I keep thinking like it just can't keep going like this. And so when we talk about the coaches, whoever's calling the offense is trash. Whoever it is, if it's Getsy, if it's whoever it is, I'm not there. So whoever it is that thinks that this guy is, but it's crazy because, like you said, it's not 100% Getsy. It's just questionable times of calling runs when it's third and long, second and like, come on. I'd rather us never run the ball. I've seen Tom Brady never run the ball. I've seen him pass the whole damn drive. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's what we got to do. We got to be aggressive. They know run, pass, run, fumble, pass. You know what I'm saying? It's we have to change things up. And I think that would shock the hell out of a defense if, they're like, damn, they got to run at some point, and we just start slanging it across the field. You know what I mean? Just have a plan. It looks like we don't even have a backup. We should have check downs at the very least. You should know where your check down is. And it's all or nothing for us. It's either a pick, a crazy play, or a drop. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to have a plan, and we have to stop playing so damn fast and not getting anywhere. Sometimes it's good if you don't like the defense, call timeout. It's okay. It's like we're just trying to get through the damn game. It's like, take the time. Like, say if you get up to the line, whatever, you don't like what you see, call a damn timeout. Think about it. Adjust your play to what they're bringing. Come with that same damn formation, but a different play. You know what I mean? It's just brains. And it's like, I feel like either this shit is on purpose or or they're just not that bright. Because we got all these people advising, but what are they advising? You know what I mean? What are they really telling him? Because they need to be advising Getsy and tell him why these things aren't working. But at the same time, when we try to put it all on Getsy, Getsy's not the damn one throwing the picks, fumbling. So I mean, what can he do? You know what I mean? We want to get on him when things don't work out, but when he's calling the plays and our guys are giving the ball away, we can't blame him for that. Yeah. I mean, we can't crucify him for that. You know, it's really not fair. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the blame, I really blame turnovers, injuries, and turnovers. You know, really more the turnovers, because even with the injuries, we were getting with teams and gave it up. And when we get punched in the mouth, we don't fight back. We just take it. And then it's most of our stuff's on we call it garbage time, but that's, it's we got to be aggressive. You know, we have to have. How about this? How about we do 3 scripted drives at practice? Huh? How about that? 21 points. 21 points can get you wins, and a lot of places and a lot of weeks we could have won with 21 points.
Hey, I've been saying that same thing in my head, but I haven't really put it out there on YouTube. But I agree with you. You have how many offensive guys in that coaching room? So you're telling me they can't sketch? You get to you do the first one, Philbin. You do the second sketch. You know, Turner, Scott Turner. You drop the next one. We got at least 3 scripts. Now, you can scatter those out, or you can use them all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? First one, first script, second script, third script, or first script. Let's run a few plays. Okay, coming out the second half, okay, or the second quarter. Script. You know what I'm saying? Every quarter got a script. Like, you got enough coaches there. Use the old script. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you use the one that you used against the Chargers? Just see if it works. Oh, y'all remember what we did 2 weeks ago? Okay, we're gonna run that. We're gonna run that right now.
Exactly. Things that worked, we should be, tweaking them here and there just in case, they try to key in, but you should have that backup. That's what I'm saying. It's just, we just run a play. It's kind of like, if you ever play Madden and you just pick a play and then just, I guess you just run the plays. I'm an audible person. I have to change things around because sometimes I don't like the plays. And I tweak things here and there because I have pretty much 3 options. If this isn't open, I know I got 2 other options. Because if you go here, then I can go. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you. And it's like I feel like they don't do that. It's like you don't like throw the runs out. Stop running the ball. It's just it's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. Because all it does is waste time. Because it's definitely not. Because you say, well, we run the ball to throw the ball, but how's that work so far?
I'll
you know what I'm saying?
I will say don't. Because there actually is some runs that actually do work, but they're not running them as much as they should. And those are the outside runs.
Yeah.
Pitching it out, like way out by where the cornerback is on the outsides. Those work. But trying to run it up the gut with our offensive line,
with our center giving up cheeks.
Yeah, he's giving up negative yards already.
Yeah.
But I'll say this in regards to that too is we saw a little glimpse of what our offensive line could look like. I don't know if people really realized, but JPJ was playing center. And by the way, he looked pretty good at center. So I just, they say, the inevitable or whatever, like, just let it happen. I think it's time for JPJ to be the center. Meredith can play guard. We can get Parham back at guard. You got 2 guards there, Glaze and Colton Miller.
Yeah.
With Thayer, Thayer Mumford in the wings, just in case, either Colton is not feeling well or not playing well, you can put him over there. Or if Glaze ain't doing his job, Thayer can slide in. Because Thayer is, right now, Thayer can play that swing tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just it's adjustments here and there, like you know what I mean. Just switching things around can do a lot. But it's just the only thing they won't, they wouldn't move until recently was the center, because it was like nothing's gonna change. Yeah, they got to do, like I said, the adjusting. Stop putting players in at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Keep riding the rhythm. If you got something going good, ride that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got something good, don't go away from it, because we do it in the first half. We get Jacoby in, we get Brock in, and then go ghost in the second half because we can't hold the ball long enough to get a drive going to get it to anybody. Because how do you get it to everybody when it's run? Because it's like they know we're gonna run. They just know, because we think about it's hard for us to get 10 yards. As crazy as it sounds, for us to get 10 yards, we go 3 and out a lot. You know what I'm saying? We go 3 and out a lot. And that's, as an NFL team, that's a damn shame. So you got to take bigger chunks. You know what I'm saying? You got to take bigger bites out of that apple, man. Like you're not gonna get 10 yards if you get a yard, 2 yards 4 times. You know what I'm saying? It's just the law of average. You know what I mean? So if you take bigger chunks out of the field, you should be setting the defense up to go this way so you can hit over here. You should be setting, you know what I mean? It's just different things. You have to be creative. If you see, this is week 9. So if you see that this stuff is not working, there should be, I mean, how long is it going to take, for them to figure it out? How long? Sheesh.
I think that's the frustrating part about about it is where we are in the week. But we're young. Mm-hmm. We are young in a lot of areas, especially the on our offensive side. So it is. It's kind of hard. Like I said, it's kind of hard to call because of so many things not going right. I wish it was just one thing. I really do. Because even if it's just one thing, then you could be like, okay, well, if that's not working, well, then we could go to this. But when you have multiple things that ain't working, that begins to create some trouble. So you think where do you think we are in regards to our where we may land draft wise
at this pace?
Yeah.
1 or 2. Because I honestly don't see us winning another game, to be honest. Like, if I was just, without putting my team heart into this, just looking at it and just realizing that we are where we are. Yeah, I don't see us winning too many games. Like, I still, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like we could beat the Chiefs, and then after that, it would just be, because it's kind of like we play them well. So I just feel like that's even though crazy as it sounds, but I feel like that'd be the game that we actually kind of play up for. But as far as because yeah, I don't really see us winning a lot. 2 games at the most, maybe. But if that's just if everything goes perfect, And like you said, injuries and all that can change a lot of the things, if maybe, but see, I'm so tired of basing our team off what other teams do, or other teams getting injured, other quarterbacks get,
Uh,
it's like we have to start winning games and start playing like, we want to win. Cause I mean, bro, I have the mentality. I was sick. Like I do, man. I pinpoint, I'm that guy. I pinpoint what's going on and I address it, right? Like I have to talk, if somebody's slacking, I can't just let it go because I'm not trying to lose. You know what I'm saying? So I will talk
yeah,
to the person, bro. Do you need help? Do we need to get somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like this is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody has to be that guy because if everyone is okay with losing, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's not cool with losing, and we lost that with Devontae, we have that with Max, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying we had somebody on offense that wanted and could back his own play up and actually, and where his word would actually mean something. But we don't have that no more. So who's our offensive star? Who's our offensive leader, Twuan, in your opinion? Who's our offensive star?
Bowers.
Oh yeah, damn! I forgot all about Bowers. I was thinking, I was like Jacoby, but Jacoby's a silent assassin. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not really that.
Mm.
And then every time he gets fired up, they flag him. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I don't forgive them for that. But yeah, Bowers is our star. And then when you got one star, you know, and it's your tight end, and your tight end is your number one receiver, it's crazy. Unless you're KC and you got, you can afford to do that, but so but shout to
But
us for getting one number one draft pick right.
I think the other draft picks are not as bad. JPJ is doing his thing. Glaze is doing his. Those are the first three picks.
No, I mean like a number one pick.
Oh
Like
yeah,
finally getting that part right. Yeah, we actually this draft wasn't that bad. I wish DCam would have shown, you know what I mean, would have been,
yeah.
but we'll see. It's still, still yet to be seen.
And Eichenberg's been out there.
Yeah, I want to see more of him too, because that's what now is getting those guys just used to the game speed, used to, what I'm saying, just being in the game. And so it's not a wash. Like it's not a total waste that everything. It's just develop the guys you got. If they're not the guys, then we know to replace them. Because we have enough time. We got the second half of the season to see enough tape to see if these guys are the guys or, do we need to look elsewhere? Like we said, rookie progress. Shout to Bowers for doing his thing. Good to see something positive, and we got to feed him more. We have to feed the guy. If he's our number one slash tight end wide receiver,
Mm.
but I'm trying to think of any other rookies that kind of popped. JPJ, I'm gonna give him his props of how, because it kind of started off a little rocky. He was injured for the first,
Yeah,
but I like his heart and I like his grit because he got nasty. I think that was the Browns game where he was just playing like it was no tech. I mean, there was technique and stuff like that, but you could just tell he was just putting his body out there, throwing his body around. And that's what you got to do, man. Just get in the way. If you ain't, if you ain't helping, you're in the way.
yeah.
So shout to him. I'm trying to think. Who else kind of pop? Glaze still yet to be seen. We'll leave it with that because we don't get too much better after that. And then we got most important people are Raider Nation. You know what I'm saying? We see these games, we suffer through these games. We're gonna have to suffer through this season. Sucks. Like even though mentally I know this season is over, but I'm watching the Chief game hoping that we pull it out. And I just didn't like the trash talk. So I don't know if you guys, those that were able to watch the game too, like there was a lot of trash talk by Kelsey walking off the field. He was saying talking all that shit talking all, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because if I had a part in it, bro, we stopping that first play. I'm gonna let you know that it's gonna be a long day. You know what I mean? Because it's they disrespect us. They don't respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't like that because I mean you're gonna have to, we're gonna make you respect it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. That's how it should be. That's how you beat teams. You shouldn't be putting anybody on a pedestal, like looking at anybody like, oh, because when you play the Chiefs, yeah, they won a Super Bowl. So what? You know what I mean? They in the way. They're just another team in the way. That's how it's got to be a mentality. Raiders, we were hardcore as a franchise, as a team. You know what I'm saying? Like if we didn't win the game, we're gonna win the fight. Know that. And it's like now we getting pushed around and you know what I'm saying? Like teams just having their way, coming to our house, doing this to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's got to change. We got to stop getting these players that are good guys. I don't give a damn what they doing. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I don't want them, break. I want the most talented players. I don't want character guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I just don't want character guys. That's what a coach is for. Coach the player, adjust the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like but you need the talent first. You know what I mean? Not, oh, he's a great character guy. He he's not that fast. He's not that strong, but he's a good guy for the locker room. Hell with the locker room. I don't want a person that's okay with losing. I don't want a person that's a cool guy. Is just, I want you want somebody on the side of you that's a dog. You know what I mean? That's gonna get it. Y'all gonna meet at the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a mentality, man. And it's like until that changes, until we get the right character of people. Because remember when Josh Jacobs was there, it killed him to lose because he wasn't used to it. The first couple of losses he had were, you know what I mean, like the whatchamacallit, national championship, I think he said was his first, one of his first like real losses. And then he came to us. He came to us and did a whole bunch of losing, but he would speak about that, and it irked him to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, you need players like that. Collect a whole bunch of players like that because they don't get the concept of it being okay to lose and not finding a way to win, because it's not, you can find a way against any team, but you gotta get after it. You can't let a game come to you. You gotta take it. It's I know it sounds like it's easier said than done, but it's really not. It's effort, man. Like when someone's faster than you, what do? You put hands on them to make sure that their speed is adjusted. You know what I mean? That you can, you may not be able to stop it, but you can control a little bit. And it's just different things. Make the adjustments. Make the simple adjustments. We see it, and we don't get paid millions. You know what I'm saying? We don't get paid the millions to figure it out, but you guys do, and they're not doing it. So of course we're gonna nitpick, we're gonna say this, we're gonna love our team at the end of the day, but things have got to change, and it starts with the dog in them. Dogs.
Yeah, it's a lot to get done, man.
Yeah,
lot to get done, I think. And how are you? I know I'm asking you a bunch of questions, and I'm gonna let you cook on this. How do you feel about Antonio Pierce?
I mean, I think it's too early to do the whole fight, because I mean, damn, we would never keep anybody, but I just feel like he needs the right people. It's gonna start with someone on offense that knows, play calling. Like I said, there's a lot of things. Like if we didn't have the turnovers with Minshew, it'd be a whole nother story. We wouldn't even be talking about Pierce and the whole fire Pierce, because Pierce catches a lot of. Because I mean, I really don't hear a lot of, at the time of the turnovers, we hear people talk about Minshew, but Minshew and Zamir White have changed so many drives that we would have been sitting at a different record, or who knows. But We'll never know because they took that opportunity away from us. You know, and there was a time in every game where that was our chance to, you know what I mean? Because we don't get against the Chiefs, you don't get to go 3-and-out 3 times in a row and expect to win that damn game because Mahomes will tear you apart. He will pick you apart. You know what I'm saying? And it's we have to score and we don't. You know, and we expect to keep our defense to keep teams under 13 and 11, you know what I'm saying, to have a chance, which is impossible, especially when you're putting them back on the field. No complimentary ball. And Pierce gets a lot of passes for, you know, him being in control of the defense. Cool. But why haven't so there's nobody you can bring in as an offensive offensive assistant or something like that can, you know, be assistant to Getsy and bring some plays, because if Pierce, our head coach, has an assistant, or not an assistant, but an advisor, then why the hell can't Getsy get one? You know what I'm saying? Or what are these advisors advising? And why are they not advising the offensive side? Why didn't we bring, because I think everyone we brought in was defensive, you know, had the defensive background. Why? Well, I guess we tried with McDaniels, but don't stop trying. You know what I'm saying? Bring somebody needs to come in. We even have, I don't know, we still got Champ, right? Champ Kelly. We still have Champ. So Champ Kelly was the GM before what's his name, and then they made him something. I'm like, so everybody has a damn backup advisor, you know, advisor, whatever you want to call it. So why don't we have one on the offensive side of the ball? Why haven't we brought in? I don't even know if he's still around in the NFL, but what's the dude, Kellen Moore? They used to be the quarterback coach in Dallas.
Cowboys.
Yeah, is he still in the league or not?
Let me look that up.
Because I was gonna say, like, I mean, I would just be picking brains. Like, if
he might be with the Chargers. No, he's not with the Chargers.
Oh, I was about to say, because you might be right. Because I remember he was a couple, I think, after Dallas. But yeah, but somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, we got to stop giving the ball away for one. That's the first part. We got to stop giving them, because we'll be doing, like, Minshew actually had a pretty good, accurate game until he didn't. You know, because that's what I'm saying. It changed everything. He was doing good.
Oh, that's where he's at.
Oh, see, he's somewhere.
He's with the Eagles.
I tried, Nation. I tried. I was gonna say just somebody. I know, because that's what they make us think, that there's nobody better than what we got. So that's what we got. No, hell no. I don't believe that. You know, like I don't believe.
I was like, I know he went somewhere with a good quarterback. He's a coordinator for Jalen Hurts. Damn. Calling the tush push.
Yeah. Somebody, I remember, damn, bro, who that was. They were talking about Vic was trying to get into coaching, right? And they were like, make him an offensive, what do you call it? Not a quarterback coach, but I think an offensive coordinator or something like that. I'm like, that'd be crazy. He'd be having the quarterback run all the time.
Nah, he you know, I think he knew that's what he was, but he knows. I think he knows offense.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, somebody, you know, like, I don't know, Raider Nation. What do we do? Huh?
I said it and people were calling me crazy. I would have brought in to play quarterback. I would have brought in Cam Newton.
At least, you know, he'll run and shit. Goal line shit. We ain't got to worry about nobody at goal line. He gonna get it in there. I'm good with that.
You talking about that we on the 3, and Cam Newton can't get that in. Superman that. I'm just saying, like, certain things like that. I'm like, we could have brought Cam Newton in. He could have been the backup and would have been our starter. But, you know, nobody want to listen to me.
Yeah, deaf ears.
They barely want to hit subscribe.
Yeah. So here's your chance. Here's your chance now. subscribe. Yeah. So,
So
we go ahead.
it's frustrating with this team.
I mean, I don't think there's no point, unless we're trading somebody away. But because I feel like we just need to gain talent, but there's no point of doing anything this year unless you're going to get someone that has a couple years on their contract, and then we'll have, that talent for not just the rest of the season, but, maybe a year or something like that. But we need to just save our picks. Let's not start trading for people and trying to salvage, what this season is, because because all it's going to do is get us pretty much mid-pack and get above, or well, who knows? Because they found, I mean, Purdy's having his struggles too. So, that no one's really guaranteed at any position, any draft spot, especially with our draft record. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to narrow our quarterback choices to 2. Let's stop confusing ourselves and overstimulating our brains with looking outside of the top, whatever the top 2 guys are, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be in position to be able to get that. But see, the thing I worry about just with the luck of the Raiders is, say we'll be that 3rd spot, somebody jumps us at 2 to get the you know what I'm saying, like, or something like that. They'll jump, someone trades up to snatch, quarterback or something like that, and then trades in front of us and takes it, because that's the only way I see it really going bad, because we're going to definitely be in a position, so, and like when I say this, in the back of my mind, I'm hoping that I'm jinxing it where we just go on this tear, but like I said, I try to operate in reality. So, I think save our picks, and yeah, this shouldn't even be an option really, because comb the damn practice squads for talent. 31 other teams. Comb the list and upgrade, because people stash players on that. We've done it. You know what I'm saying? People stash talent. We got a very good tight end from Baltimore doing that. So let's do some work. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let's not be okay with just, we're just going to finish the season. No, we're going to find talent here and there, add here, get rid of, the dead weight. Because, I mean, we got people on this roster that have not contributed. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be easy to shed talent, because there's people that, don't play a lot, and we probably don't want them to play. So we will just upgrade at these positions. It'll make you a stronger team overall. So, sheesh, this is funny. Okay, this comment right here, the quarterback performance, evaluating the play of the quarterback position and what it means for the team moving forward. What grade we giving him?
The obvious.
Damn, you got the incomplete. No. F to the I'm gonna try because,
and what is that grade they gave y'all in high school? The F minus.
F minus.
When you didn't do enough work to even get a grade, they gave you the F minus.
Yeah, they gave that blank.
I can't. You didn't do enough work. I couldn't even grade you.
Yeah.
Nah, I think we went wrong by thinking that Minshew was the option.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a turnover machine for the most part of his career. And actually, this is his worst year, I believe. And when you look at his interception total, it actually gets worse by year.
I feel like he wants to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for him, you know, because I feel like it's not like he wants this stuff to happen. You know what I mean? It's just, damn, bro, you can't let it happen, you know, because you're in control. You are the play caller. You deliver the ball to the playmakers. So if you're denying getting the ball out, if you're fumbling the ball, you're not doing what we need you to do. You know, like you're not, you know, well, I wished you were the Minshew that beat us every time you played us. You know what I mean? It's like it, but that's not what we get, of course. Another case where we don't get what we thought from their previous stint, but at the same time, that's why these guys are available. You know what I mean? Good teams don't let good players walk, you know? And that's what we got to see. We got to stop getting people's leftovers and paying for them, you know?
It's too many games. Minshew was the reason why we lost the game.
Mm-hmm. Zamir had his back too. He said, "Oh, I got you, brother. You haven't fumbled yet. Here, I got you. No look. Oh, the no look pass. Let's talk about that. Week 1. Was that the week 1? Was that against the Chargers? Where he threw that Minshew threw the sidewinder to nobody?
Oh, the behind the
Yeah. The what do you call it? Jason Williams? Yeah. That should have showed us right there how this season was gonna go. I've never seen that ever in life. It looked like that. I've seen, you know, terrible screenplays. I've seen all that, but I've never seen a pass to nobody. No, but like literally nobody. Like and that I blame on them getting him in there so soon, trying to rush him in there when you should have went with Aiden that kind of had a grasp on the offense for the most part. You know what I mean? We kind of nitpicked at preseason. I was gonna say, when the hell does preseason matter? That's when you want people to throw picks and get them out the way, go for things. You know, test the offense. Like you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to stretch it out. Test what you know what you can do with your limits. Can you fit in that hole? You know, do you need to? You know what I mean? It's the time to turn the ball over because you want to get all that shit out of the way before you start the season. So I feel he had the pick 6 or whatever, you know, on the last drive of the preseason. Okay, so what? You know what I mean? Kind of judging from he didn't put us in bad places in the season last year. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they should have rolled that into the season. And let's say if it didn't work, then you could switch to Minshew because it'd be like, well, we're screwed again. So if Minshew's our number 1, that means, you know, we did something wrong drafting along the way. So it was it was weird for me. Like I just didn't see how like thrusting him into the starting position that soon because he's coming from a different team. It's not like he's, you know, he was here last year and, you know, it was him and what's the name battling. No, he just got here. So he, of course, he's still learning the playbook, but at least Aiden knew the players because, you know, the offense was pretty much the same, you know, because we don't do a lot of changing, you know, but see, that's the thing. Our offense pretty much was the same. So Aiden had, I think, of a better advantage going into year 2 with these players. So that's why it was just weird timing. And I think that's just the whole Devontae thing. That's what changed because he was talking up AOC the whole time, you know, during the season, preseason, all this kind of stuff. Because the smart move would have been to go with AOC just to see. And then you can be done with it. If he's not the guy, you don't have to go that road no more. You don't have to do the back and forth. You know what I mean? But now you put yourself in a position where you're forced Aiden to be ready when he, you know, when you already told him, well, sorry, we're going with this guy because you're not the guy. You know what I mean? Because this guy gives us better. And we see that didn't, you know, that was bull. That was BS, you know, because he damn sure didn't put us in a better position. If anything, he hurt us.
That was the frustration. And I know that it wasn't even, how can I say it? It wasn't documented as to why Davante Adams left, but I really believe that that's one of the reasons why he left. Was because the one guy that he knew that could get him the ball, they didn't want to play him.
Yep. For whatever reason. And going back to that Sidewinder pass, that was him being not on the page of the off, not on the same page with whoever that was supposed to be, or that person not being on the same
Oh
page.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's just, you know, it just that was like I said, I can't blame him because he's never played this bad. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I don't know. It's sometimes it's just us. You know, we bring the worst out of players. Defensive strengths. I do like our secondary, like even the safeties, like putting them all together.
Oh yeah.
I I like what we've developed, and like I'm not content 100%. We can still add. You know, we're still trying to upgrade over Jack Jones. You know what I mean? We're gonna find someone that's better than Jack Jones. That's the goal. But you know what I'm saying? We have three solid DBs that if they stay healthy, we will get with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way Jack Jones played against the Chiefs. He played with that spark. I haven't seen that spark since last year's game. You know what I mean? I haven't seen since last time in Christmas we beat the Chiefs. I haven't seen that Jack Jones at all this season until that Chiefs game. And I'm glad, welcome back. Because it's like that fire. That's what it takes. As a competitor, you don't want whoever you're going against to outdo you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the mentality. You know what I mean? Like you want to lock down whoever you got, or if you're on the other side, you want to make that dude look crazy, look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just make him look silly. So you know, it's we need that edge, and it's I don't know what's been going on with Jack, but hopefully he's back, and hopefully that brought back that fire. Jacorian's bringing himself into his own. He's breaking up plays, which is great. Because he's doing a lot better than a lot of us expected him to do. Nate is Nate. Nate got his hands on the ball, so I think we have something good there. Our safety play, Merrick. Ugh, I know we keep saying get rid of him, but I don't think he's that bad to get rid of.
I
You
like
know,
Merrick.
like how you said with Zamir, kind of like not get rid of him, but just bump him down the roster. But I feel like Merrick is good enough to keep and just just add another, but I would keep him because I think for if we went our three safety with Pal Mile, and now we need someone to, replace Epps. So we're gonna need another, we don't know what Trey Taylor is gonna do yet. We don't know what Chris, we haven't really seen a lot from Chris. Nothing kind of popped,
Mm.
So there's, we can always upgrade in that safety position too. But yeah, DB even we can, but I think we definitely need to add another safety to the room. Our line took a big hit with Christian Wilkins going down, with Malcolm Kuntz going down. Max and had his stint too. So it's been a lot of roughs. Like a lot of our guarantees were kind of, took from us. So and they still were kicking ass out there. Shout to the defense, bro. Like, because even with all the injuries and stuff like that, they still fought their butts off. I know it's not over yet, but it's halfway. But they fought their butts off, and I just hope that the offense can help them out, man, and just flip it. Give the defense some time off. You know what I'm saying? The offense score 30. Try scoring 30 points. I challenge you.
Yeah, I think Jack Jones looked good. I think he really did. I know a lot of people didn't want to, people having. He's had a bad taste in people's mouth as of recent, for whatever, situations prior. But this week he looked good. And our defense, I think our just defense is good anyway. I'm not sour on our defense. I think the reason why our defense gets a bad rap this year is because how bad our offense is. And there's been, going back, and I wish I wrote it down so I could have some cold hard stats for you guys, but just go back and watch the games and see how many times the opposing team doesn't have to march the entire field to score. You know, a lot of times they're getting the ball close to the 50. You know, and that ain't good. So, because you know, getting the ball close to the 50, that's a first down and a couple of more yards, and at least that's 3 points for the opposing team, if not 7, if they score. You know, so it's not good for the defense. And like you said, the defense going 3 and out a lot. That ain't helping the defense either.
Yeah, let's talk about this this offense. Offensive strategies, analyzing the offensive playbook and any adjustments needed to maximize scoring opportunities.
What they need to do? Good question. Go with what works. Even if it doesn't look, even if it's not your strong suit. Don't stick to the run when you know the run ain't there. You said it earlier. You said, you know, if we got to pass the ball 40 times, then we got to pass it 40 times. Even with how bad our quarterback is. That's our best chance to move the ball. Last week, the Chiefs are actually really good at stopping the run. And they showed it. Madison was 14 for 15 yards.
I could have did
means,
better.
That means every run he got was a 1 yard. On average.
I would love to see the tape on James. All 14 of those runs. All 14 of those runs. I would have loved to see James' position.
But that just shows you, and that's not everybody that touched the ball and running. But that's not effective. So because that's not effective, go do something else. Throw the ball. And I'm saying that even though I know that's a weakness of ours because of who's throwing the ball.
I think of it as tiring out the defense too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to make it easy on the damn defense. I'm not going to make it where they just stay there. Okay, it's a run. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm making people run like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I always said we need more wide receivers, because you can bring in different wide receivers to retool, refuel, you know what I'm saying? And just run defenses crazy. Remember how the Patriots in 07, they were with Wes Welker. I mean, you couldn't stop it all. You know what I'm saying? It was like you just had to pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? Like how I liked how the Bengals were kind of built with Joe Mixon and with the three receivers with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and I forget who's the third guy they had. I think is that the one that's on the Titans? God dang, I can't think of his name. But yeah, they had 3 wide, but I like how they were built because we were kind of similar, you know, because when we had Josh Jacobs, we had that, you know, we had a back that could get with it. But yeah, it's how we're built. Because I mean, our backs, remember the one we didn't like was Madison coming into the season, right? We were like, Madison ain't going, you know, and he's been our most, durable.
I wasn't that bad on Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people were. though.
Mhm.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like because we're always before they even play it down, it's like we're like, oh, he's trash, like he getting, but it's like it's funny because remember we said we didn't need a tight end either, and he's been playing his butt off and off. He's been imagine without Brock.
My issue with Madison going into the season, and my concern with Madison was his ball security, which he hasn't shown us
so far.
So yet.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But like that was my only like thing about Madison was he fumbled a lot when he was with Minnesota. So I just didn't want that. But him as a runner, like him just his speed, his reading the hole, like I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I feel like we need because we've always been running. We're running back heavy, but we don't have a running back. If that makes sense. We have a whole bunch of running backs, but we don't have a running back. And I feel like remember how you were saying with him in Minnesota, they had Dalvin Cook and him. It was a 2-back system. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that Dalvin couldn't do, Madison, they were okay with him doing. We need to narrow it down to 2. And add talent other places. You know what I mean? Instead of having 4 backs or 3 backs, whatever we got, we need to free up some of that for some playmakers too, because running the ball isn't working. And why have all these running backs if none of the running game's working? If it's running back by committee, if the committee ain't working, But like I said, Mr. James chooses to let everybody through with the pass. Just hey, get in here.
Good to see you, Nate.
Yep, shouts. Nutty Raider Nate, salute. Appreciate you.
That's my guy.
Yep, I know we got I think we got one more left. I tried to be organized this time, guys. I know I kind of
I like it. I see what you trying to cook back there, man.
Trying to, because like all the losing just kind of discouraged me like a lot on, because I'm like, we doing what if we do this right, and if the Raiders do this and then they do the goddamn opposite, and it's like it was just like, damn, what am I doing? But I need to get back, no matter what they do, I'm gonna do me, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna until they figure out how to fix this ship, this Raider ship. So this is a time for questions. Anybody has questions, engaging with the fans by answering their questions or discussing topics they want to hear about. So you guys have listened to us, so please talk to us.
My Cash App is $Twuan.
Yes, sir. Like we are,
I'm just playing. I know that's not a question. I'm just playing.
Hey, somebody could have asked, hey, what's your Cash App? See, like, I'm glad you asked.
$Twuan. All right.
Yeah, because I know, like Raider Nation, it has been a frustrating decade times 2 plus and some change. And I know what you guys go through because we go through it too. Twuan knows we go through this, and it sucks. We hold our head so high. We have our chest out, and we are a prideful organization. You know what I'm saying? A fan base. And it sucks when we do everything. We have everything going for us, but the winning. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you all because I know the pain. I know what this feels like every Sunday, and I have the faith that it's going to get better, that it will change, that we are, even though it doesn't look like it, we are headed in the right direction. It's just a different era of Raider football, and we just got to embrace it, because things have to change for them to get better. You know what I mean? Because what we have is not it. And it's just, we had it and injuries depleted us. We turned the ball over. Penalties are back. We're bringing back penalties, but it's just a bad timing. So this has to get bad for it to get better, so we appreciate you guys hanging in with the team. You know what I mean? I know we've had our differences, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I listened to some shows, and it's like this team is tearing this family apart. You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody is arguing and getting at each other, and it's like all we ask for is our team to win. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all we want. That's all we ask for is our team to do what everybody else seems to be doing. You know.
I deal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this publicly. I'll be on anybody's show if they want me on their show. I'm not into all the beef. I'm not into all the drama. I just talk Raider football. So if that's what y'all about, whatever channels y'all got, hit me up. Twuan on IG. All right. Because I know it does get nasty, you know, for some. I just listened to you know, and I think a lot of people watch him, Hondo, you know, Hondo Carpenter, and he was reading people's emails, and one of the emails was talking about him, his family,
Damn.
his kid.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what, unfortunately, there's some unhealthy people out there that can't take football and let it be football. You know what I'm saying? And I've got to a place where, you know, I've got to a place where I realize that the Raiders win or lose ain't gonna pay my cell phone bill. The Raiders win or lose ain't gonna pay my rent or mortgage.
Especially if you betting on them.
Well, that, you know, whatever. That's what, whatever you do on your free time is what you do on your free time. But I'm just, I don't, you know, fortunately for me, I don't allow wins or losses from this team to affect my life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it hurts to see them lose. Yes, it's frustrating at times, but it ain't gonna stop me from going to get that money.
That's right.
It ain't gonna stop me, you know, for me personally, it ain't gonna stop me from going to dialysis.
Yeah.
I gotta live.
Yeah, Raider Nation, you know, we control a lot. So, you know, everybody, I just feel bad for everybody that like spent money, you know what I'm saying, on this season. I feel bad because that's the thing. Like, you know, when you talk about, you know, the tank word and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it sucks for the people, you know, of course, the season ticket holders and stuff like that. But if you're gonna do it right. Do it right one dang time, right? And then we don't have, like I said, we don't never have to lose again. We don't have to never have a losing season again. And nothing is guaranteed. But look, we said the rookies never have productive, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we just seen it 2 seasons in a row. Now we see 2 players that were drafted as rookies doing better than what we're doing. So I mean, now we can we put that narrative to bed? Just like we said, oh, we can't get a quarterback from LSU because we had Jamarcus from LSU. We got to stop that. We got the Ohio State quarterback. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. We got to stop killing it before it gets here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to just get the talent, put the pieces around them, and let's win some damn games.
I don't like Alabama quarterbacks. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, yeah, that's what I said. Like, we always like, oh, you know, it's always a damn excuse not to do. So we're not gonna have no options. You know what I'm saying? If we keep killing off options, man, we put the best damn player at that position, period. No ifs, ands, or character. Well, he has attitude in the morning time. Nah, I don't give a damn. Because on Sundays, if he plays his ass off,
he's not a morning person.
Yeah, he's not really a morning person.
How you know he's not a morning person?
Yeah. And maybe that gives him that edge that he needs to, you know what I'm saying?
Was you in bed with him last night as the reason why you know he's not a morning person? Like, what? How you know those facts? Yeah. Like, just saying, like, some of this stuff, I'm like, how do you guys even know all this stuff? Like, are you guys just pulling this out your behind or what? Like, just get the best player.
Yeah.
At whatever. That's why I wasn't mad at Brock Bowers. Like, if he was the best one on the board, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, real. Like,
but we don't need another tight end. We don't need another
and people
tight
like,
end.
oh, we should have got a quarterback. Oh, we would have. You guys have been really pissed off with and people were talking about Spencer Rattler. What is Spencer Rattler doing over there with the Saints? Is he winning games? I'll wait. You would have been mad having him, you know what I'm saying, drafting him that high in the first round. So,
oh man, he would turn Trey Tucker into Devontae Adams.
Calm down with that. Like, and I'm not saying that Rattler ain't gonna, you know, he ain't gonna turn into something down the line or whatever, but value. Mm-hmm. Brock Bowers wasn't even supposed to be where he was at. He was supposed to be gone way before that.
I thought the Chargers were going to get him, to be honest. I really did.
He was the best offensive weapon, you know what I'm saying, in the draft. There was no wide receiver that was coming out that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there was, you know, you have, you know, Marvin Harrison and all them, but outside of that, like,
nobody crazy.
What do you have? So I was fine with Brock Bowers, but that goes back to the point of getting guys of talent and see how that planned out. We thought we had a starting tight end, and he's not with us right now.
There's a dude, Colson, I want to say he's Michigan, Colson Loveland, tight end. Check him out. I like his yeah, I know we don't need a tight end, but I mean I only see one, so or I mean, you know, him and Bryant, but yeah, I was gonna say, but I like dude's size though. Check him out. But yeah, I would definitely, you know, would try to make a play because like I said, it helps the quarterback, giving them big targets. You know what I mean? Like it just, you know.
And I say that, you know, we might. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but being real, we don't know when or if Mayer will come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So who knows? We might have to look at tight end in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get some weapons, get some stock up on some like a speedy back and some durable receivers, like some just playmakers, you know what I mean? That can just, you know, get the ball and turn it into something crazy, not just, you know, not someone that can make the first guy miss. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just elusive, someone, you know, somebody to the oohs, you know, like we need some spark, man. You know, so I definitely want us to get younger in the draft with all that kind of stuff and get us some weapons. Get us weapons that can catch, that don't fumble. You know, but yeah. Twuan, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Man, I'm just rolling along with what you got, man. You got all the good stuff. You know, we've been talking about a whole lot today, man. You know, what do you think about the Mayer topic? Because I just brought that up since we was already on there.
Yeah, I hope, you know, whatever it is, he can bounce back because that would suck because that would be a waste of. He was a second round pick, right? A second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be another wasted pick because I feel like he has the talent. You know, it's just we just got to get him on the field. We just got to get him, you know. And I think he complements Brock because if you could scheme that up right, you can make that work. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, but we got to get him back. I don't know what he's going through. You know, just prayers to him. And I guess probably hold him out the rest of the season or whatever. Just keep him healthy. You know, keep him healthy going into next year because you know you don't want just to put him in there for nothing and then, you know, because there's no point. And it's like you have to see what you have on the rest of the roster too, though. Because, I mean, we should be bringing in people still trying to develop in different places. Like wide receiver. He has to start testing some guys that are not on this roster. You know, because I mean, a lot of people are saying, "What's up with dude from Tennessee? Was it Ramel or Ramen?" Yeah, like with him, like just kind of put him in because that was crazy that Bachman got in. I never even knew who Bachman was.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of surprised by that. But the dude Marshall, I don't know. I heard of him before. You know, I've seen the games, whatever. I've seen him, whatever. But it's just I don't know. Comb, like I said, comb these practice squads because there's talent somewhere. There's hidden talent. There's hidden gems. We just got to find them and replace these guys.
There's, and this might be where we eventually get to, especially with the tight end room. We might have to draft another tight end and draft a possible starting tight end. And then you can get rid of people like Harrison Bryant. Even though I think Harrison Bryant is a good tight end, but then you would get rid of him. Well, I think the plan would be, obviously Mayer's not going to be around. See how he is at the end of the year. So we know, okay, are you thinking about coming back? Are you still not sure? Okay, if there's any doubt, go get another tight end.
Yeah.
Now you're in a position where if he does come back, then you can get rid of Bryant because you've already drafted another tight end. And now you have 3 tight ends that are ready to go. Brock Bowers is going to be there, whoever you draft, and then Mayer could be your third, or whoever that draftee could be the third. You know what I'm saying? If Mayer comes back. But now you have a safety plan there, but then you also have all 3 of those guys under a rookie contract where you're not spending money, real money, I'll say it like that, for that whole room. So now they're young, but they're active. You know what I'm saying? We already know Brock Bowers is a starter. We already know if Mayer comes back, he's a starter. Yeah, now you got the rookie tight end just coming in every once in a while, waiting for his turn. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mayer hurt his ankle and needs to be out for a week. Okay, third tight end comes in, he's ready to go, and we're still moving because we have talent in that tight end room, and not just talent in our starting bracket, but even in our depth.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because I feel like Myers, Brock, and Mayer, we could do something with that. You know what I'm saying? Like say we got rid of Devontae, whatever. So and add Tucker to that mix somehow, and Turner. We could. I think we could sizzle a little bit with that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like we could work with it.
What are the Niners?
4-4?
No, I'm just saying offensively. How are they built? They pretty much their main pass guy is Kittle, and then everybody else eats around that.
And they make it work. They make it work too.
Debo's not really a number 1 wide receiver. He's more like a, Trey Tucker, speedy,
tool
guy.
Mm-hmm.
They did have Ayuk, which is just an X receiver. He's not really that. I don't think he's that like that.
I really don't either. I don't even. So I imagine he's
just a big body receiver to me.
Yeah.
So he plays his role, but everything goes on. Everything really feeds off of the tight end. we could do the same thing. We could change our offense, not change our offense, but kind of have it more focused around Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Then everybody else eat off around him.
Yeah, I feel like Telesco's gonna grab a wide receiver, like a top wide receiver. You know what I mean? Because I feel like since they gambled on Brock and hit, and they know that we're not going to be able to ride the damn tight end all, for the whole year. So
yeah,
we got to get somebody, and I like that piece though, because that was a damn good, because it's not just Brock's, speed, his, like it's his mentality that I like. He just works. The boy just puts his hard hat on and goes to work. He don't complain. He just goes in there and does his job. And he reminds me like of how like Witten used to get down. Just, it's just business. Just a business trip, man. Handling your responsibilities, getting dirty, getting nasty. Because he doesn't have like the size, but shit, try to tackle him by yourself. You know what I mean? He's gonna give you a ride. So I want that type of mentality. It's about your work. You never stop working. You never be okay. I don't like people that are okay with losing and being okay with just because you never get anything like that. Because if you give up, I don't like people to give up. You know what I mean? Because like it's never give up, man. I've seen situations that were impossible change, man, and it's just by my faith. That's the reason that I believe, because I've seen the impossible turn possible. I'm someone that shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here. That's how I know God's real. You know what I mean? So just from my experience, and that's why I say it's never over. You know what I mean? It's never over. But the season's over. But like I said, it has to be. It has to be. And as soon as we realize that and face it, it's not easy, because even though I know we're not that good, every week I'm hoping and wishing somehow, some way we find a way. But in reality, it is what it is.
Nothing's changing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, I wasn't feeling well this past weekend. So I wasn't able to do the game plan, but yeah, I'm still coming with I dropped my video earlier today. You know what I'm saying? I'm on live now, and that's how it's gonna be all the way until season's completely over, week 18 or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's when I will, change my schedule for content. So yeah, it ain't changing over on this side either. I said it on my boys channel. Shout out to my boy Eric from the 2 for 1 Nation podcast. I said it there, and I'm gonna say it here too. That playoffs are still live for me. And it's live until they say I get a little notification from Bleacher Report that says the Raiders are eliminated from the playoffs.
That's only two more losses.
Hey, I'm just saying. I guess I'll have to wait those next 2 weeks.
So I said by the time we play Miami, if we lose to the Bengals, we lose to Miami.
It might be sooner, it might be later. I'll just say it like that. But yeah, that's how I play out. Do the Raiders still have a chance in the playoffs? Is when they say we're eliminated. I hate that feeling though. When you get down to that, because we've had it for the last couple of years. They gotta win, they gotta lose. You gotta win. You gotta win out, and then they gotta lose. You gotta win. They gotta win. They gotta win. You know what I'm saying? The whole little web of what gotta happen in order for you to win. I hate doing that. I want to get into a place where, as this team, where we're 11 and whoop-de-whoop. We're 11 and whatever. It don't matter what It don't matter
Yeah.
what everybody else do. We gonna be in a spot. I'm not gonna say we win the division, but at least we gonna be a wild card, or you know what I'm saying. We got one of those spots locked up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I want to be there,
Yeah. Me too.
and it's gonna honestly taking off my Raider cap. I think it's gonna take about a year or so.
Yeah. We should be winning the Super Bowl by next year. You know what I mean? If my calculations are correct. No, but realistically, you're right. We are, because this was supposed to be the season where we got these figured this damn line situation out and not try to skate. You know what I mean? Because that's what I feel like we did. We tried to get by and we got exposed. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
we tried to say, okay, Minshew, yeah, he's going to keep us afloat. He's going to give us the best opportunity. He's going to play Mahomes the best. He's going to, what I'm saying? Like he gives, the all around, but project failed, and it was, we were damn from the beginning, and hopefully that's why I said you asked me about Pierce too. And I kind of didn't give a clear answer, but this will kind of tie it into that. Pierce this year is his only pass. You know what I mean? If you get a pass, this is going to be your year to get a pass. So going into next year, the gloves are off. You get no, no sympathy, no, what I'm saying? Because something's got to change, and someone's got to have the balls to change it. So and if you're the head guy, you're that guy. I mean, I would hate to be a leader, and I'm sitting there watching my team fold and crumble, and I'm just sitting there looking. That's not a leader. So this year's your only pass, Pierce. You know what I mean? Like you were a damn good defensive player, and you have a very positive effect on this team for the defense. But you are going to have to step up and figure out something at this center. I always go back to the center position, but the center position has to be addressed, because I don't know if you just like James or whatever, if it's you guys are just cool, he does everything.
Mhm.
But as on the football field, on his job on Sunday, he doesn't do a good job. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know who it is, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that's a little bit better. And if he's not looking into that, because that one move could change a lot. You know what I'm saying? Let's just change the center position and see. And like you said, JPJ is already showing good signs. So, like I said, let's just start there. That's where I would start. That'd be the first thing I'm coming in. Of course, the quarterback, but we got to protect the damn quarterback. So, first of all, before we get the quarterback, I'm going to make sure that he is safe. You know what I mean? Like, because if he survives in the pocket, if there's no pocket, how's he supposed to be successful?
Yeah.
If the pocket's getting blew up every play, how's he going to be successful? So we have to fix that first. First off, the line has to be secure. We were talking about bringing Brady in. And we got Brady killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's not a runner. He's
Yeah.
the Brady I know, he'll run, but he's not a runner. And we can't expect him to make plays on the run. So it's common sense. That's why we get so frustrated, because it feels like this is stuff that should have been addressed a long time ago. And it's not like the center was injured. He's been healthy. He just sucked. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a thing of the injuries didn't affect us there. We wish it did, and we probably could have seen something different. But yeah, you got to fix that. And I like what we have with our guards. I kind of don't want to mess that up with Parnham and then say JPJ as one. I would rather us just get a veteran center somewhere. I mean, that's played the game before, that's, not getting pushed around, but, somebody, maybe somebody that was injured and say someone took their spot, but they're back, and let's get him. Like, if he could still play, because, I mean, what's testing something out and seeing if it sticks? We've done it plenty of times. So, I mean, why can't we do it with center? We got to stop being cheap, because that's what it is. We're being cheap. We got to keep cheap contract with him. We don't want to pay a real center, but we are always going to get what we get if we, don't change.
I don't disagree.
So, Raiders, you hear us? We just told you how to change it, how to fix it.
You know, I'll say this in regards to the coaching too, is that I feel like, you know, to expect a defensive coach to all of a sudden be an offensive guru, it ain't gonna happen. And I think a lot of people are frustrated with Antonio Pierce because of the way that our offense is playing. And
yeah,
he's not an offensive coach.
Yeah.
You know, what needs to take place is that they have to figure out somebody as an offensive coordinator to where Antonio Pierce doesn't have to worry about the offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what happens when you have a defensive coach. Most of the time, the defensive coach brings in an offensive coordinator and says, hey, go do what you got to do. Get us 7. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get us 7. Next series, get us 7. You know what I'm saying? And the defense coordinator is like, okay, I'll dial up, you know, I'll make sure we dial up something over here to shut down the other team, but I need you to do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he wants to do. And I think that's why another reason why our defense is playing like that is because he is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
But who we have in charge of the offense, he's not doing the job well. Not saying he's not doing a job, but he's not doing the job well.
Yeah. Because I would rather see him arguing with Getsy on the sideline because he doesn't like what he see. You know what I mean? Like, because, but like I said, like I don't even blame Getsy. A lot of people blame Getsy for most of it.
He gets it though.
Yeah, it's the turnovers. Like that's really who. If it goes in order, turnovers, Getsy, penalties, you know, injuries, penalties. You know what I mean? Because like there's rare times where we shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties, but it happens. But the biggest thing that has killed us, turnovers. You know what I mean? Like that's the. Because I mean, we've like I said, the defense has been depleted, but we're in these games at that point, and you know, so you know, we are where we are. Like I said, it's the first half, but watch us go undefeated for the second half and change the whole narrative. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you say that. I think whether we look, I think it's important for us to win or continue to be in these games for the sake of the people that are on the roster and that are going to stay on this roster.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that, you know, they're going to give up or they're going to do that, you know, that T word.
Yeah.
But I think there's positives, you know, when the team can get something going. Let's just say it like this. Let's just say our pass game never gets there. But the rest of these weeks, we actually realized that we got a running game together. Then you go into next season saying, hey, Zeus figured it out. Madison looks like he's good. You know, all that. At least we got the run game.
Mm-hmm.
That's building blocks to what's moving forward, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not saying that it's going to be exactly that, but if we can figure out this season what works for next season,
Mm-hmm.
then that puts us in a better position. Let's just say it like this. Let's just say in my scenario, the running game was there. The pass game never got it. We go into next season. We run it. That's still working. And our offense, passing wise, is still not working. At least we know going in, okay, we're going to be a running team.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be the, I'll say it like this. We're going to be the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry.
Sheesh.
We're going to run and run and run. And maybe on 3rd and 15, we'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like that because we know that running game is that, you know what I'm saying? Legit that, like, at least a good 75, maybe 80% of that time, that running game is actually getting the first downs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how we got to do it to win games, and know that defense got to be, you know, on lock because they can't give up too many points because we are running the ball. That means we're having, we got the ball offensively more. Time of possession is in our hands. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to run and score more than the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can play ball like that. But to be in a position like we are now and not know what is what, you know?
Yeah.
So, like I said, my hope for the weeks to come
Mm-hmm.
is that we can figure out some of those things. Not saying we're going to shore up everything because I don't think we will. I hope we do, but I don't think we will. But at least know what's working.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's also the thing for Antonio Pierce to observe too, is, yeah, these are the guys that he selected as his 53 per se,
Mm-hmm.
but is it really the guys he really, really wants? Or were they just the best that we had so far? You know? So I think he's also figuring out who he wants.
And yeah, that's a very good point too.
Because a lot of those guys, you know, aren't his guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could say this draft, he got some guys he wanted. I think Eichenberg is definitely a guy that he liked personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain guys that I think, oh yeah, that's an AP guy, you know? But all these other guys, they were just on the roster. So we don't know necessarily what he, you know, when they say get his guys, I think we got to give him at least another year.
Yeah, we got to. Because, I mean, think about it. We were happy with what he did last year. Okay. So this year didn't work out too well. So that's 1-1. You know what I mean? So we got to be fair. Got to give him a full. Because by next year, we'll see for sure. That's why I wanted to see AOC for a full season this year. Because then there's no, well, we don't know. No, we'll know.
We don't,
you know
we don't know if he's a starter or not. No, we already figured that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
So, you know, it's we gotta see, you know, it has to, because, you know, fixed. I feel like the first thing, like we talked about, fix the line. That might open up everything. You know what I mean? That might change everything. Fix the center position. Let's just start there, like I said. And let's just see what happens after that. You know, because I mean, if we could get the guys to block and get everyone that can block to block, we can run. We can protect the quarterback. We can maybe throw the ball downfield, you know? So, like I said, it starts with the line. So,
and I think offensively, I'll say this with the optimistic approach. I think because we're young, offensively, I think it will get better. You're telling me, like we talked about with this offensive line, if you throw Colton Miller out there, Meredith, JPJ, Parham and Glaze with Thayer. You know what I'm saying? That they don't get it together because they're young and they're trying to figure things out, right? Glaze Glaze is a rookie. JPJ is a, you know what I'm saying? These are starters for us. You know what I'm saying? So wait when they figure it out. And I think honestly, if you give them this year, you know what I'm saying, this rookie year to get their lumps, their sophomore year is going to look a whole lot different. So now you have not a question mark at offensive line. Now you got a solid offensive line.
Yeah.
We drafted a quarterback. Hello. The issue that we had last year. And I'm talking about, I'm jumping to 25 when I'm saying this.
Okay, for sure.
So we dealt with Minshew and AOC, and we know that ain't it. So we drafted a quarterback. Now he's behind a young but experienced offensive line. And we obviously, the quarterback we drafted can throw the ball everywhere, because most of the quarterbacks, the top quarterbacks, you know, whether it's Milrow, whether it's, you know, Shador, whether it's who am I missing?
Killer Cam Ward.
Oh yeah, Cam, you know, my guy in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So all those guys can throw it all over the field. So we already know that whoever is a wide receiver is going to get the ball. Now, okay, that run game. If they keep the same system, if Craig is here again, right? They keep the same system. Now everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what they're doing on that offensive line. Because I'm just talking about the offense. I'm not worried about the defense. Because the defense, they've been doing their job last year. So we're going to bring them back. You know what I'm saying? The ones that we felt were key pieces like Merrick and, you know, Kuntz and Spillane. And, you know what I'm saying? We're going to bring all those homies back. We're going to run it back defensively. And all we need to do is just get that offense together. And I think that offense will be better next year with this offensive line that we currently have. Because, again, like I said, you got rookies that are starting. Parham's going into his third year on the line. You know? So that's why there's some positives there. Because they're like I said with the, you know, running game and passing game, right? We know the defense works. We just need to work on that offense.
Yeah.
And I think part of that offense is just time. Time in the quarterback.
And you know how patient Raider Nation is.
And if you want to get really freaky with it, you know what I'm saying? Get you a running back. To just blow it off the top. Because I think, to be honest with you, I think if this offensive line gets it together, I think Madison will look a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I think Zeus will actually look a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Because I've seen where if you open it up, if you part the Red Sea for Zeus, he gone. You know what I'm saying? But when he has to think about, oh, is that a hole or is that a hole? Or I'm not sure if that's a hole. That's when Zeus has his issues. But when you have those runs, like when the offensive line really just parts the Red Sea and everybody sees the gap, like he's gone. And those are what the good offensive lines, I'm not saying they do that every play, but that's what the good offensive lines do at least 3 or 4 times a game, is run game, part the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. I'm serious. When you watch the real good offensive lines, you'll see in the run game where it looks like nobody is touching that running back when he hits the hole. And when that happens, I think these guys could get it done. Now, like I said, you can draft a draft a running back, or bring in a free agent if you feel like we still need to get a starter there. But we could roll it. We could run it back with the starting quarterback, and be a whole lot better.
Yeah, I think the jury's still out on because remember the Russell Wilson thing? We could have got him for like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like I still feel like that would have been a better situation than Minshew's. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Russ has at least been a starter, and won some. They shot themselves in the foot. Would have had another Super Bowl, but that's another story for another day. But you know what I'm saying? Like I think he would have gave us a better chance. But then he had the calf thing too. So like I said, it went the way it was supposed to go. I mean, we could hope and wish for what, but I felt like at that time that would have been, I mean, $1 million, we could have spent $1 million. You know what I'm saying? We could have spent $1 million there. And then just the competition between Minshew and Russ would have been probably, that would have told a lot. And I think by us not, and I said that we were looking at it like Minshew was the best person on the roster because that's all we had, and so I just feel like that was our regime's fault. Hopefully they learn from this mistake, that bring in people to compete, and the more the merrier. You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron. Let's get people competing, getting after it, and I don't know. I feel like we've said everything we could say, and it's on the team. It's on the team at the end of the day. Like, all we can do is want what's best for our team. And, we just want them to want it back. So hopefully this is our answer. One of them. Either one. Cam, Shadur, just somebody. Anybody.
And it's not a popular opinion. But my number one quarterback is Shadur. My number one quarterback is Shadur.
Well, we're on pace.
Cam's number 2 for me.
Yeah, we're on pace. I mean, I hope we don't suck that bad. But like I said, we could get. I don't think we'll get as lucky as getting the first pick. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like somebody wants to do it too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just us.
Of course. I mean? There's going to be teams that are going to try to move up and all of that. I think we'll be in place to play ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If we got to move up. But I do also feel like a lot of the teams that are going to be in that area are already committed to a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, right?
They just brought him back too. They just let Bryce pretty much come back and start
again. Yeah.
So I hope he has a great second half of the season. Really, to be honest, hope he has a great. So that way, that's one less team that needs one. Mm-hmm. But then again, those are the teams that get trade. People trade them, and then they'll get up out of there, and then because they don't need a quarterback, so they trade back. So that's, I hope, doesn't happen. So either way, we need to handle our. Just pick the right one. Narrow it down, make it simple. Stop looking outside the box. Get the top talent and add top talent.
I think honestly, it just comes down to 2 quarterbacks for me.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm good with Cam Ward. Milroe, I don't think is the total package. That's the thing. That's why I don't really include him. But his tape looks flashy, but it reminds me of that Joe Milton tape from last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, the big arm. No, but but when it comes to winning games, because I like what Cam's doing, I like Shadur's just how he talks to his players, and just you got it's a man's game, man. Like you have to hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of it, and there's certain ways to do it. Because if you're not doing a good job at your job, it's hard to tell somebody else what they're not doing at their job. So you know what I'm saying? It takes a certain level of you being able to, hold yourself accountable, and also, bring the best out of your teammates. You know what I'm saying? And when they can play better, when things, and sometimes it takes that. It takes, because nobody likes to be called out. You got to call people on their shit sometimes, though. It's just what it is. And it's not coming out of a place of like nothing personal. It's just, hey, I'm not gonna lose this damn game. I know that. And I know that I'm doing what I need to do. So you need to do what you need to do. If you need help, let's get you some help or whatever it is. But let's get you up to par, because I know you better than this. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get the best out of your teammates. And it takes that fire, man. That fire can't dim. But Mark Davis knows the plan. So, he's got his eyes on Shadur. So, like I said, everybody knows what's going down. So, let's not be surprised. It is what it is. We're gonna put our best players on the field and let the chips fall where they fall. But we know the goal. So, however we get there, however we end up there, we'll see when we get there. But I just asked to let's go pick the right person. That's all we ask. Pick the right person. How you hit with Brock, hit again. Go hit another one. Change the franchise, and you will have a job for life. You know what I mean? But change the direction of this franchise. Twuan, tell them what you got going.
Man, I'm always cooking, you know what I'm saying? I'm always whipping up the work, for you guys in regards to, Raider content. I got a few things that I'm working on right now, talking about the tanking word, the T word that a lot of people want to talk about. I got some things, stay tuned for my video on Minshew Mania and what that means. Because I'll be breaking that down for you guys. And also, content every week, 2 for 1 Nation podcast on the Raider Twuan channel. Come on over, join me and my brother Eric from the SC Raider Talk. On Wednesday, we will be live, I believe around 5. Yeah, that's the 5 o'clock hour. If not, just catch the replay. Put your Raider gospel in the comments, and I'll definitely be responding to each and every one of you guys' videos, shorts, all that good stuff is going to be available to you on the Raider Twuan channel. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button.
Yes, sir. Thank everybody for coming through. Twuan, appreciate having you on, man. I know it was a little last minute, but appreciate you coming on and shining like you do.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Hey, any content creators, definitely hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. Hey, if you got a favorite content creator that's not working with me or not wanting, hey, tell them, hey, Raider Twuan, tell them to put Raider Twuan on their show, because I'm always here to work with everybody, especially if you're talking Raider football. So definitely, reach out to your favorite content creator and tell them, hey, get Raider Twuan on the show.
Yes, sir. That's what I say, man. You know what I mean? Good conversation, good knows his stuff. You know what I mean? Definitely can bless any platform. You know what I mean? So shout to I just found this podcast. They're up and coming and stuff, but it's the Silver and Gold podcast. I checked them out last night, I think it was. But yeah, check out the boys. They're a split podcast. It's like a Raider, the N word, the Niner word. I'll say Niner word for that get twisted around. But
yeah,
but yeah, it's a split podcast. But they definitely, I enjoyed the podcast. It was kind of focused on the Raiders at that time, so it was good. good content. But you know, I appreciate all the Raider content creators, those coming up and stuff like that. You know, so I mean, people lifted me up when I was, you know, just a baby in the, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. So shout to everybody up and coming. You know what I mean? There's enough to talk about. So you know what I'm saying? So, you know, welcome aboard. But yeah, so I'll be back Saturday morning, possibly Sunday, but I think more Saturday, to break this thing down of, you know, what we got ahead of us with Cincinnati. So, you know, we're gonna talk about it. And like I said, we have a chance in every game. It's just we cannot give the ball up. So Minshew, don't mess this up. All right. Okay. All right. Appreciate you guys. Raider Twuan, appreciate you. Raider Nation, appreciate you. We love y'all. We appreciate you. And don't, you know, I know it's ugly, but it's got to get ugly before it gets pretty, you know? I know that's probably not even a phrase, but you know what I'm saying? It's all good. So appreciate you guys. And until the next time, man. Raider Nation for life. Let's go.
Yeah.